Good morning, everybody. It is the 1st of May, Friday, 10 a.m. in the morning. Now, you might still see some stuff in the background because we're actually doing this podcast or boxing review as soon as we got through doing the She-Ra one. So, like I said, there's still stuff in the background from the She-Ra, so don't worry about that. Okay, so today we are going to be doing an unboxing for 3 Super 7 Thundercat figures. One we've had for a while. All 3 of them, they have light-up light eyes and everything. We've got on the far right, closest to Dad, we have Red Eye. Red Eye was introduced in the 2nd season of Thundercats. He is a lunatic from one of the moons of Plundar. Then, of course, over here we have King Lino, which that's his royal attire that he wore at the end of Season 1 after completing the 5 trials. Well, 6 trials.
6.
Yeah, because he had 6 trials, I forgot. For him to become, this was his final challenge to become the true Lord of the Thundercats. Yes, it's the same thing. Light up eyes also. This is the only time you see him with the crown. As you can see, you'll see on his belt when we do a little closer, he'll have not just his regular Thundercat emblem, he'll have the other emblems from the other Thundercats. No, it was 5 trials. Because it was a 5 episode.
Yes.
My bad.
Yeah.
And last but not least, we have Mum-Ra. So yes, this is another Mum-Ra I have. This one is light up eyes, not to be confused with the black painted Mum-Ra. Still pretty much the same 100% design. I think it's got 1 or 2 items different. But the big thing is his chest and eyes glow. So I also might be able to get the cape on him, unlike which I couldn't with the black version. Yeah. The head just would not come off, and I didn't want to rip it. So give us a sec, everybody. We're going to take these out, and then we'll start talking about them. So real quick, also, coming up, let's see, next week, Mortal Kombat comes out. Yeah. And then later this month, Mandalorian Grogu. All right. Okay, everyone, we're back. They weren't too hard to get out of the box.
No, the problem was fitting the accoutrements onto the figure.
Yeah, Lino's hand, it was a little hard to get the Sword of Omens on, but I will have to say the good thing about these figures though, Dad, is, and it's not, let me focus on Lino some right over here. Let me do a zoom in on him. The good thing about these figures though is you can take like the, what is it? You can take the arms off, the hands off.
The hands.
And you can have like a different hand. So like if you have like multiple Linos, everybody, you can, okay, you want that closed fist hand, or you know, want to switch it out, you can just pop it off because you know they disconnect at the wrist joint. That is something I do like about these, about some of the figures, is it's not just Super 7 that's done it, but a couple other ones like Hasbro's done it also. Mattel has, to where you can change the feet out, you know, like Lino's claw shield right there. I actually had to pop the hand out, and that one just slides right over it. Oh, and I was actually wrong, everybody. Lino's eyes don't light up, but the Sword of Omens, the clear part does. It kind of glows in the dark. So Red Eyes over here is actually pretty solid. The joints on him are actually a little sturdier, a little more carefree. Dad's playing with them for a second. Than Lino's. Would you agree?
Yeah.
As Dad did that, he's probably going to fall over.
Get ready to pound somebody.
His chest piece comes off to show his little disc. If you want to take that off real quick, then you can just flick it off. Let me refocus. Whee! Now remember, he actually used that. He would have it come out and he would throw it in the series.
Yeah, like a discus.
Yeah, the little red part had some kind of special thing to it. Red Eyes was able to see in the dark, long distances. Actually voiced by the same guy who did Panthro. Of course, that guy did a lot of voices for that series too. But my only complaint about Red Eye was, as you can see, we got him with the screaming head on. Switching his standard head, which is, hold on, let me loosen up this part of the stand. That head was actually really hard. It does come off.
Straight out.
Yeah. So hold on, I want to show them what it looks like without the head. So that's what it looks like without the head. So same thing like with the other, with the lino that's eyes glowed. It has a little cylinder tube. You want me to turn it on?
Please.
Looks like it takes small, really, really small batteries. And
Oops, on the dark.
right. So right here, his eyes look more like a yellowish red instead of like a more red, what I see.
Ruby red.
Yeah, it will look really cool in the dark. I like this type of effect because his eyes did glow in this series. Like I said, the only downside is trying to switch with the heads. Super 7, if you're watching this, if y'all can work on that just a little bit, probably make the head. I understand you want the heads to be confirmed there. You might want to work on the mold, just making the part for the head just a slight bit bigger so it'd be easier to pop on and off. I actually had that problem with the lino that eyes glowed. I couldn't get the head on to one of the one I really wanted on. But my only other complaint about Red Eye is I did switch his hands out. Now it was actually easy to switch the joints out. They came right off like they're supposed to. But his little mace eye, I wanted to put it in his right hand. Because his left hand's more opened. The other one, his fingers don't move. And there's no way to get that on there. So, not without, permanently be like, oh, we can't get it off.
I don't know the way I can think of maybe put a little Vaseline or something to grease it up, but we don't want to do that.
Yeah, because I don't know what I do to the paint.
Mm-mm.
And I don't know anything about that type of paint, how to get it on properly, back on. So, what would you say about the Red Eye figure, Dad?
Very menacing.
Well, I mean, he was a menacing character.
Well, that was part of his
Motif.
Yeah. Of course, he's big and strong. Of course, the plant, the moon that he came from had high gravity.
No. It did not have high gravity. That was another lunatic.
Okay. Wrong one.
His was darkness. Was almost perpetual darkness. But he would have to be strong because you got to think, though, creatures would use the night to hunt. So, yeah. Now, the only thing about the Thundercat series is we only see one set of lunatics. There's supposedly a whole group of them. Like, they're not the only ones of their kind. They're just the most prevalent or menacing of them.
Menacing.
So that's like the only thing, they're called the lunatics, but I'm suggesting like the mutants, they are a part of a species. So, like Jackalman, Sly, Vultureman, and Monkeyan. Interesting fact, the one thing I actually did enjoy about the 2012 remake, I did not like the full entire of the story because I felt like it got too...
out there.
No, it was pushing more the romance stuff than what they were trying. They were trying to push something on there, the romance, like the rival between Tigra and Lino, which got on my... I was like, I didn't want it to be a romance. I want it to be more like what it was at the beginning, where it was more like they had different ideologies. That was more realistic, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Even though they grew up as brothers. I actually like when they introduced...
they came from different cultures.
Right, but Tiger was raised by Lino's parents.
Yeah.
As the prince. He was a prince, but he was adopted because Lino's mother couldn't conceive until she was able to, and part of the thing is she passed away at birth. That was one of the resentments that Tiger had against him. You took my mother.
Mm-hmm.
But what they did with Jackalman and Monkeyan in that series, they made them a lot more menacing. Like, ooh.
Evil.
Yeah, I read the synopsis for the whole entire series because it only lasted one season. Oh,
Weak.
It got weak. It got just nah. Uh, if you watch the first half of the first season, it has that old Thundercats feel with the new twist.
Mm-hmm.
Then you start watching the second half of the first season, then that's when you start seeing, well, this doesn't fit, you know.
It's like they changed the lore.
Well, the lore was changing up a little bit, but
Yeah.
it's how they did certain things.
Yeah.
Lino here, though, is, I would say, real well done. I love the cape. Has a little royal cape right there. You know, it's the cloth. It's similar to She-Ra's, like the cloth with a little bit of the wire in.
Yeah.
His is more of a silk, or hers is more of a felt, in my opinion. That might be just me.
Yeah.
The overall detail, though, of this one, with the crown, the as you guys can see, he has the other 4 Thundercats emblems around his belt. After the trials, like I said, the sword glows in the dark, but I'm not going to... Could I have red eyes? I want to turn that off. Sorry. Snap it back into place. I know his feet are weird. They look like toes with... Yeah, they're toes with hooves. I just noticed that.
What, like I got fur around them?
No, those are hooves.
Yeah.
He has individual toes, but I just noticed that.
It's more like a hoof with toes.
Yeah, that's what it said. Yeah. Ugh.
That's weird.
I know. I just noticed that. I just like the look of this Lino. I mean, like, this one to me is very much, yes,
very princely.
kingly.
Yeah.
I'm Lord of the Thundercats. What are you doing to my territory? Okay, everybody, we're gonna stop it right here real quick. We are the next one up will be Mumra, and then that'll be it for it. So give us a little bit time. It'll be a quick cut, and we will introduce Mumra. All right, we're back. Okay, now we've done an unboxing with this one before. This is a palette swap, which is also known as a color change of Mumra, where he was more black and red. My only complaint about this one is I could never get the head off to put the cape on. So we kept them like that. Now the swords he's actually holding in this one is actually the exact same design of the swords from the original toy. Where he had a small dagger and
A sword.
and the dagger's kind of curvy, wavy.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, it is Egyptian lore. His little snake symbol is silver. His eyes are red. Bandages are red. You know, like I said, it's a very basic color, but it actually works very well on how they did it. You can kind of see the other Mumra on the right side, everybody. And we'll talk about that one in a sec. Do you have any comments on the black and red one?
No. Do not.
Alright, so here is the other Mumra with the traditional colors. Yes, still got She-Ra in the background. I will say that I was able to get the Sword of Plundar into the hand. Which I like the fact that this one, the other one has the Sword of Plundar also. I just didn't want to use it. I felt, what?
Well, the Sword of Plundar actually is 2 swords. That
Yeah.
you can use one in either hand, or else you can put it together.
Yeah, that's what Mumra does a lot of. as you can see, I was actually able to get the cape on. Getting the head off was real easy. Then that's also due to the fact is his eyes do glow and his chest. But as well as being able just to get the slide off to put the cape in was good. There's holes on the side of the cape, which I'm guessing and I'm now thinking about it. Hold on, let me do it. I didn't think about it till just now. I think the cape is supposed to... I don't like that, do you?
That would probably be when he's covering himself up.
Well, I know he had it like that, but there was times where the cape was out too. I like the cape out personally. That's just me.
Yeah. Yeah, the gauntlets
Have hooks.
that hold the cape.
I know he had that when he was flying. Like the cape would always be like right there.
Kind of gives you the impression of a bat.
Well, you know, the 2012 one, they were wings.
Yeah.
And nothing against the voice actor for that one. I know they were trying to go with a more menacing, but there was just something about the original voice actor of Mum-Ra. He had that very
evil sounding.
I think he was more of a theater actor, the way he sounded. Because the other one sounded more like this. The other one had more of a...
stage actor.
Yeah.
Live performance.
Well, that's what, you know, me and a couple of friends agreed, you know, jokingly, if you saw the 2012 version speaking, like, okay, I'm probably going to... I won't be in pain. Okay, yeah, I could fight you. But then if you heard the original version, like, okay, yeah, I'm running. So, I was going to have you move it around while I'm behind the camera. What do you like about it?
I like him with a cape on.
Now, the joints are very well done. No issues with them. I've actually noticed with the villains, the joints seem to move a little better than the heroes. Yeah, I switched that hand out there like he was shooting one of his purple beams. Joint a little tight.
Yeah, it was a little tight.
And I see I stand corrected. Now, you still have to be careful. I mean, you just can't jerk them around.
Oh, no. You rotate them.
These are, like I said, I've stated before, these aren't toys for like bashing and everything. These are toys for adults who want to sit there and make, or you know, teenagers who want to make little stories inside their heads, or you know, take pictures.
Do a diorama.
Diorama, you know. To me, that's fun in itself.
Oh yeah.
I really like this Mum-Ra. I like both of them, but I really like this one just because it's very accurate to the cartoon, everybody. Whoops, sorry about that. Accurate to the cartoon. Super 7 did a very well job. Now, I'm going to take the head off real quick. Yeah, I was going to say, hold that for me.
Pop his head.
Yeah, head comes off. And just like before... little button right here. This is the cool part.
Cut your light off.
Yes, I'm actually going to cut one of the lights off real quick so you guys can see this. Which, you know, you can only see the eyes and the chest piece, but that looks really, really cool. Lights coming back on. I can see it better than y'all, but, you know, I can see it even through the camera. I mean, just, yeah. He's having fun with it.
shoulder a little bit stiff.
Uh,
After all, he's an old man.
yeah, it's supposed to be like thousands of years old, or hundreds. Careful with the sword, Dad. Yeah, getting it to be just right is hard. I think everybody, this is a 70-year-old man playing with a toy. I have a cartoon we used to watch when I was a kid. We were even watching on Toonami back when I was in junior high and high school.
Yeah.
That was one of the few cartoons I'd say that and Ninja Turtles and G.I. Joe and Transformers were just some of the cartoons you just have on every day and it would not bother me. What? Okay. This figure, everyone, I think if you're definitely a Thundercats fan, the one with the glowing eyes is a must-have, in my opinion. I know I say that a lot, but this one definitely, I truly enjoy. I like both of them. Don't get me wrong. I like this one and this one. But this one, I just like that glowing piece. I think that really brings it out. What?
And the way his chest piece and his coloration on is all.
Oh, no. That's something I will say on all the Super 7 figures. They do the coloration very well. I would love to know the process behind it.
That's a good contrast with the Lino, which is the dark blue.
Yes. I just love the fact that I got that Mondo Swiftfoot right in the background.
Yeah.
If you really look at the picture right now, it's like Swiftfoot's really looking at Mum-Ra. Which I would love to know how they did the painting on that, because that's immaculate. But
probably did it by hand, airbrush.
Yeah, I got like the compressor brush I have.
Yeah.
I know. Okay, so everyone, that's it for today. We're gonna get some other unboxings in the can here real soon. Get them set up. And eventually I'm gonna have them all where I can display and show you what I've got so far. So far. So with that said, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day. Please like and subscribe. It really does help us out. Now remember, next week we have Mortal Kombat coming out. Be 2 weeks before we have the review of it. And then we'll have Grogu at the end of the week. At the end of the month. Mandalorian Grogu.
That's going to be a hoot.
Yes. So with that said, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day. We are out.